A strong response to e4 that I recommend for players of all skill levels. A standard way of developing and attacking your pawn on e5. Defending with your f-pawn weakens your king side. They bring out their bishop, increasing their control over the center. This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center. Their better move was to attack a pawn chain. It is better to avoid moving the same piece in the opening. Now you have to double pawns. You recaptured the piece. They found a way to win your pawn. A logical capture. They overlooked an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. You allowed the opponent to eventually win a pawn. They are threatening to win a pawn through a fork. You permitted the opponent to win a pawn through a fork? They missed a chance to win a pawn through a fork. You allowed the opponent to eventually win material. They took your pawn for free. Good job stepping in to defend your pawn. You are going to lose your pawn to this fork. You are losing a pawn this way. Capturing your hanging pawn. You found a safer square for your rook. They took your pawn for free. This blocks the check from the queen. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. You overlooked a better way to block a check from the opposing queen. A correct move to get their queen out of harm's way. This move cuts off the check from the queen, keeping your king safe. Their rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. You further develop your pieces by moving the queen. They found a way to win material. You block the check from an opposing queen. Taking your vulnerable rook, you recaptured. A straightforward recapture. A clear recapture. That's playable. Nice. You capture a vulnerable pawn, winning material after all trades are completed. A clear recapture. You recaptured the piece. This move puts their rook on a safer square. It's good to get your rook off of its starting square and into the action. They kick your bishop with a pawn, forcing it to move. You found a safer square for your bishop. Their move is losing material. You are threatening to win a rook through a fork. Their move stopped you from being able to win a rook through a fork. Good thinking. This move puts your piece into a stronger, more active position. Creating a pawn chain. Your strike at the center fights for space and central control. You can pick up a free pawn. That pawn was yours for the taking. They are right on target. You are threatening to reveal a check. They missed a chance to eventually win a pawn. That is a great square for your bishop, giving it more scope. They move their king out of the check from your bishop. Your opponent has to watch that passed pawn. This move gives you the opportunity to win their rook. You captured that free rook. They are threatening to win material through a tactic. You stopped your opponent from being able to win material through a tactic. Their king steps away from the check by your bishop. This wins a knight. They move their king out of the check from your bishop. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. I like their choice. Good job stepping in to defend your rook. They played one of the best moves here. This discovered check will win you a knight. Their king steps away from the check by your bishop. Nice. You found a way to win a knight. You get a chance to win a knight by pinning a piece to the king. By using the pin to the king, you will win material. Decent move, but they had a better one. You won a knight for free. They made one of the top moves in this position. This moves your rook to a safer square. Their passed pawn moves closer to promotion, becoming more dangerous. You move your bishop to a better place, allowing it to control more squares. They move their king out of the check from your bishop. You moved the bishop to a better square. Their king steps away from the check by your bishop. You've moved your piece to a powerful square. They move their king out of the check from your rook. Very good choice. They move their king out of the check from your bishop. Nice. Definitely the right move. I like their choice. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. Putting your rook behind your passed pawn can help protect the pawn on its way to promotion. Precise move from your opponent. You missed winning material, but you are still winning. They played one of the best moves here. You win material through a discovered check. That was the only move. You captured a free pawn. You get a chance to win a rook through an eventual fork. Not the best move, but not bad either. Your opponent is losing a rook, but you were already in a winning position anyways. You won a pawn for free. They played the strongest move available. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. That's playable. There is no stopping you from winning a rook with the right follow-up. Decent move, but they had a better one. With the right moves, you can win a rook using a fork. They didn't find the right idea. Passed pawns must be pushed. They made one of the top moves in this position. You're still on the road to checkmate. I like their choice. You continue the checkmate attack. They played one of the best moves here. You're still on the road to checkmate. They made one of the top moves in this position. You continue the checkmate attack. I like their choice. You're still on the road to checkmate. They played one of the best moves here. You continue the checkmate attack. This wins a rook. They are right on target. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. Precise move from your opponent. You're still on the road to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your knight. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check from your knight. You're still on the road to checkmate. They played the strongest move available. You continue the checkmate attack. They made one of the top moves in this position. You continue the checkmate attack. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You did it. Nice checkmate.